In the eyes of a child, nothing brings more joy and excitement than an unexpected gift. Half a century ago, the Oregon Elks Association began a tradition of gifts that has brought joy to children throughout Oregon and across the Northwest. Their contributions have created something very special, the Elks Children's Eye Clinic at OHSU's Casey Eye Institute. By supporting the clinic through 5 decades, the Elks have literally given the gift of sight. This is the story of the Elks' extraordinary generosity and of the countless children they have helped. It started in 1949 in the Department of Ophthalmology at what was then called the University of Oregon Medical School. Dr. Kenneth Swan was the founding chairman of the department and a true medical visionary. One of his many discoveries dealt with premature infants. At the time, many premature babies went blind shortly after birth.
In 1948, we had very limited facilities, but were faced with a major challenge that 1 out of every 4 babies born in Dornbecker Hospital had a condition which is now known as retinopathy of prematurity. But here were these newborn babies faced with a lifetime of blindness. We were desperately in need of means of working with them. Also, there were literally thousands of children in the Northwest with eye conditions needing treatment.
To save the sight of premature babies, Dr. Swan needed a sophisticated instrument called an oximeter. But the cost was prohibitive, $2,000, almost a year's salary for the average working man. Luckily, the Elks heard of Dr. Swan's need and took up the challenge. Past Grand Exalted Ruler Frank Heise remembers how and why the Elks got involved.
Well, the Elks are an organization that's dedicated to mankind, to humanity. But I recall back in that day that we had 3 of us that worked like the Dickens to raise $2,000 to buy an oximeter which measures the oxygen in the blood of a premature infant.
By providing the needed funds, the Elks helped Dr. Swan lower the incidence of blindness, saving the vision of countless children. But they didn't stop there. Soon, the Oregon Elks helped establish the Elks Children's Eye Clinic, the first such specialized clinic in the country.
It was in 1948 that the Elks of Oregon first became interested in a clinic for visually handicapped children. And in the summer of 1949, the clinic became a dream realized.
Today, the Casey Eye Institute at OHSU is one of the most respected and sophisticated eye institutes in the world. It's a center for world-class faculty, state-of-the-art equipment, leading-edge research, and unsurpassed patient care, thanks in large part to the Elks.
The Elks have been tremendous for Oregon Health Sciences University. They have helped us with the pediatric eye clinic at the Casey Eye Institute. They've also helped us develop the pediatric ophthalmology service at the Dornbecker Children's Hospital. I'm not sure we could have done it without them. The other thing that I appreciate is their willingness to help with customer service at the Casey Eye Institute. Whenever I go to the Casey, I'm greeted by a friendly elk who makes me feel right at home. And clearly, their activities at the Casey and at the Dornbecker have helped children throughout the whole Northwest.
More than 6,000 children are treated annually at the Elks Children's Eye Clinic. In the operating suite designed especially for babies and children, more than 500 pediatric surgeries are performed every year, and children of all ages are accepted at the clinic, regardless of their family's ability to pay. Past Grand Exalted Ruler Jim Damon knows the spirit behind the Elks' generosity very well.
It's a great satisfaction to do something for other people, and I think that's the major reason that we do things. I think everybody owes something to the space that they take up on Earth. I really do. I don't think you can just wander around and aimlessly without making any kind of a contribution. And I think that's what we're all about. You need to make a contribution. It's what makes you feel good inside.
The number 1 lodge is Gateway Lodge, $16,354.
Of course, the Elks contribute much more than money. Volunteers from Elks Lodges donate thousands of hours to the clinic. making it a happier place for both parents and children. Quilts made and donated by Elks ladies groups provide warmth and comfort. Every year, the Elks sponsor a statewide poster competition for children to promote eye safety. And the annual Elks Easter egg hunt is a favorite for patients, past and present. For State President Gary Garrett's, the commitment to helping others is something that comes straight from the heart.
And our past grands, Jim Damon and Frank Heiss, are very adamant about the eye clinic, and they work hard, and it kind of rubs off on the rest of us. One little girl here a few years back, her eyes were so crossed, she was looking like this all the time. And now her eyes are straightened out. It makes you feel good. It makes you know, because of your efforts, because of your donations, it helped. Just in your heart, you know that you're doing something for somebody else.
This spirit of giving has been captured in a life-size bronze statue of a noble elk standing adjacent to the KCI Institute as a permanent tribute to the generosity and compassion of the Oregon State Elks. Past State President John Klein knows firsthand about the difference expert care can make.
That a bunch of the neighbor kids went up to McClay Park. We were up there kind of playing commando, shooting around. And one time when one of them came pretty close, I hollered down, I said, "Hey, you guys are getting pretty close here." And before I could even holler the second time, the BB hit me in the eye.
The hospital Klein was taken to couldn't help him because it lacked modern equipment. So Klein was transferred to Dornbecker Children's Hospital and treated by Dr. Kenneth Swan, who helped save his vision. Years later, Klein joined the Elks and became a dedicated supporter of the Children's Eye Clinic. Making a difference is what the Elks are all about. For 50 years, they've answered the call and earned the gratitude of thousands.
I would just like to thank all of the Elks throughout Oregon for their support over the past half century to the Elks Children's Eye Clinic. Thanks to the Elks, not only do we have a great program currently, but we have great expectations for the future.
For 50 years, your strong support has made the Elks Children's Program possible. On behalf of all of us at the KCI Institute, we thank you.
What the Elks have accomplished is indeed impressive. Perhaps no one can express it better than a parent. Dan Mauer's son Matthew first came to the Elks Children's Eye Clinic when he was 7 months old. At the time, he suffered from glaucoma and could see only fuzzy images of light. 4 years and 8 surgical procedures later, his vision is almost normal, as his father explained at one of the Elks summer conventions.
First operation was a success. His pressure was down to below 20. And that's when we gained a true understanding of what the Elks Children's Eye Clinic was all about.
First of all, we felt it was just an honor to be able to say thank you and to be able to say that we appreciate everything that's been done for Matthew.
I don't know that our case is all that unique. I know it's unique because Matthew, of course, is our son. But you have given help to thousands. We feel honored to be here today to thank you for what you have done for the Elks Children's Eye Clinic, and especially for our family. As you heard on our last checkup, Matthew's vision was around 20/30. Our family is convinced that the difference was made by you in the little ways and the big ways. They all matter greatly. Thank you very much.
The gift of sight is truly priceless, and with it comes a joy that all Elkdom can take pride in, thanks to the unparalleled generosity and compassion of the Oregon State Elks Association. On behalf of all the families and all the children, past, present, and future, we thank you for giving them the gift of sight.